What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to get into why good women abroad do not care about your passport. Now, before we get into it, smash the like button. Costs you nothing, means the world to me, really helps me out with the algorithm, and so I would really appreciate if you would do that for me. Now, with all that said, let's get into the topic at hand, which is obviously how important is that blue passport. Now, as many of you may know, I've been living, traveling, dating abroad for almost a decade now, and this is what I have noticed. And I've mentioned this in plenty of different videos, that the power of your blue passport is negligible to most high quality women. In fact, most high quality women are not interested in going back to the United States, with very, very few exceptions. The number one reason this is because most places in the world are of an economic level where your blue passport isn't really going to change a lot for them. Now, obviously, there are so many different countries, so I probably shouldn't have said most, but most of the countries that are talked about in this little corner of the internet, most of them have pretty decent economics throughout the country and pretty decent economic opportunity. And a lot of them are rising economically. So a great example of this would be a place like countries east of Germany. Let's use Poland. Poland was known for being lower on the economic scale and known for being really affordable, having attractive women, and you could even go to a place like Ukraine, which probably not the best example for it right now. But over time, the economy of Poland grew. You could say the same thing for a place like Romania. You could say the same thing for a place like Lithuania and countless other places. And because of this, and because of their access to so many other EU countries and other men who have access to EU countries, they aren't necessarily dying to get out of Poland or Ukraine or Moldova, because they could already legally go to tons of other places that have good economic opportunities. They can go to Poland, they can go to Germany, and they have visa-free access to a ton of different places. This is even true in a place like Mexico and Colombia to some extent. I have a special note for Colombia here in a minute, but Mexico's economy definitely has grown significantly, and while the peso has declined lately, it was doing pretty strong. And I've mentioned this in previous videos, how a couple years ago, more Mexicans came from the United States and came back to Mexico than going from Mexico to the United States, and that is because of the strength of Mexico's economy in recent years. And so a lot of women not interested in going to the United States. Now, my special note for Colombia is this: almost everywhere in the world, women are going to prefer to date locals. Now, Colombia is somewhat of an exception because it is a growing economy, but there is still a lot of disparity. But with that said, the good, high-quality women, non-single moms, good family, all that good stuff, you guys know what I'm talking about, probably not really going to be too interested in going back to the United States because, first of all, most of those good women want to be near their family because family is super important to them. And second of all, those type of women are going to have access to the highest quality of local men. So why would they choose you over a local guy? Spoiler alert, they aren't. Now, the exception is gold diggers who are clearly in it for money, and professionals. And I think you know what I mean when I'm saying professionals, which kind of goes back to this. Because if you have enough money, then you can take them out of this profession, and that will obviously be a very massive boon for them. But even then, they probably don't want to go back to the United States. They probably want to use you as a bank account to fund their life and fund the life of their family. Oh, I broke my phone, can you get me a new iPhone? Kind of thing. I'm sure you've probably heard those stories. Comment down below if you've heard a story like that. So, like I was saying, your passport really not going to be important, especially to the higher quality of women, because most of these countries are at an economic level where the higher end guy who has access to these women are probably going to be able to outcompete you for those exact same women and provide them the equal quality of life that you can. And this doesn't even get into the whole fact that you probably shouldn't even want to date a woman who is interested in your passport so you can bring her back to the United States, because then you're dealing with the United States family law system, which is going to be one of the least enjoyable experiences for a man. There are countless stories about this that I'm not going to get into. In fact, one question. In fact, give me 1 minute. Andrea is feeling a little shy right now. And she says she doesn't look great, but she does, of course. But I have a question, Andrea.
Yeah.
How important was it that I am an American with an American passport?
Important for what?
For when we started dating?
I think it wasn't important because I think at the beginning I didn't really know you were American. I just knew you you spoke English, and I was like, I want to learn English. I I did speak English, but I wanted to improve my English. So I was like, nice.
Come on, tell them the truth. And you thought I was muy hermoso.
Yeah, of course. Muy hermoso and English. Yeah. And
Okay.
practicing English.
One more question. Do you even want to move to the United States?
No.
See what I mean? The good women, not interested in your passport, not interested in going to the United States. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys next time. And as always, peace, much love.